am, more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am, all that I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am, more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am all that I have been. I am all that I am. If you want to sing along, you can. The words are easy. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am.
All right, let's stand and sing our first song, which is, I already forgot.
Good morning, I am my band. Create in me the life I lead, born of love, joyously. Create in me awakening spirit divine. Create in me the love I need, born of love, joyously. Create in me the life I need, Creator divine. Create in me the health I need, born of love, joyously. Create in me the life I need, Creator divine. Create in me the life I need, born of love, joyously. Create in me awakening, Creator divine. Hold on. Create in me the life I lead, born of love, joyously. Create in me awakening, Creator divine. Create in me the life I need, born of love, joyously. Create in me awakening, Creator divine. So we're going to create some heaven in here. One, two, three, four. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road to heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing power today. Oh yeah, I'm choosing power today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing choosing heaven today. I'm walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today.
Woo! All right. Beautiful. All right, beloveds, while you're on your feet, please turn and offer the namaste greeting to one another. Namaste. Namaste in the back. Namaste to our Zoomers. Hello. Are we Zooming? Awesome. Namaste to Gina and Delan and Joy and everyone. Namaste, Jimmy. Right. Namaste. Thank you. It's a good day to be alive. So if you'll also take a moment to silence your cell phones, please. If you don't, I will answer the phone if it rings during the service and surprise whoever's calling you. And I just want to say good morning, beloveds. Good morning. My name is Reverend Elizabeth Rowley Hogue, and I am the spiritual director and senior minister here. And it is my great joy to say to you, welcome to the Awakening Ways spiritual community, where all that we ask is that you remain open to the possibility of awakening to the loving heart, the inspired mind, and the sacred soul present in every life. We are an independent New Thought community, and we follow the teachings of Ernest Holmes. This service has been designed especially for you. Welcome home. We have been waiting for you. All right, we have an affirmation today, and I invite you to please repeat after me. I stand in my creative spiritual authority. With divine audacity. I boldly go where I have not gone before. And so it is. All right.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jan Lynch. She forgot all about me. How sad. Yes, that is very sad. Are these beautiful flowers from Etta? Where's Etta? Thank you for these flowers, Etta. They're beautiful. So as every Sunday morning, the Soul Support Team wants to remind you of the power of prayer, and that there are 4 ways that you can receive prayer. First of all, fill out a little prayer form over on the table and put in the box, and we will pray for you for the whole week. Something comes up during the week, then just shoot us off an email at info@awakeningways.org. Also, you can call a practitioner if you have one of their numbers. You can always do that, and we will get it onto the prayer team. You can set up an appointment with one of us over at the office to talk a little bit deeper about what is going on. And then I will be at the back this morning for a 3-minute miracle if you need one. So there you have it. Would you sit down and see if I make a mess? It's been one of those mornings, hasn't it? So the reading this morning is from Creative Mind and Success. Just as the creative power of the soil receives all seeds put into it, and at once begins to work on them, so mind must receive all thought, and at once begin to operate upon it. Thus we find that all thought has some power in our lives and over our conditions. We are making our environments by the creative power of our thought. God has created us this way, and we cannot escape it. So now if you want to just settle into your chairs for the invocation. And we recognize this morning, this amazing, beautiful Sunday morning, that it truly is a gift from the divine. We look all around us and we can see spirit. We can see it through the windows. We can see it in each other's eyes. We can hear it in Jimmy's music. So Spirit is here, alive and well, and has already planned the most amazing morning for us. So we are going to be thrilled and lifted by Jimmy as he comes for us and gives him his talent. And Reverend Elizabeth as she shares her wisdom with us. So the morning is already in play. Everything is in divine order. We are so blessed for this teaching. We are blessed for one another. We are blessed for this morning. I let these words go, and together we say, and so it is.
You can spend your whole life building something for nothing. I told you it was a surprise. When storm can come and blow it all away, build it anyway. You can chase a dream that seems so out of reach, and know it might not ever come your way. Dream it anyway. God is great, but sometimes life ain't good. And when I pray, it doesn't always turn out like I think it should. But I do it anyway. I do it anyway. This world's gone crazy. It's hard to believe that tomorrow will be better than today. Believe it anyway. You can love someone with all your heart. One moment they can choose to walk away. Love them anyway. God is great, but sometimes life ain't good. And when I pray, it doesn't turn out always like I think it should. But I do it anyway. I do it You can pour your soul out singing a song that you believe in, that tomorrow you'll forget to ever sing. Just sing it anyway. Yeah, sing it anyway. Sing it anyway. Yeah, sing it anyway. I sing, I dream, I love, I create. I sing, I dream, I love, I create. 'Cause I do it anyway. Thank you very much. That was on request.
Myself on, there we go. Does anybody, it's like, pass the Kleenex, right? Oh my goodness. I looked to the either side and people are going, oh my gosh. Thank you, Jimmy. Wow, that was a surprise. He said that he was going to have a surprise or something to that effect. And I said, no surprises, Jimmy, no surprises. Over a text during the week, right? And that was a song that I requested months ago. Reba McEntire? Yeah. 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 I think so, yeah. Anyway, we can talk about that after the service. Okay. Wow. I just need to be here for a moment. Yeah. And that song is so perfect for today. Today is all about boldly going. Boldly going where? Boldly going in the direction of our dreams. Boldly going where Spirit is calling us to go in new ways with strength and power and standing in that spiritual authority. Like, yeah, we're going to do it anyway, you know? Beautiful. So we are actually wrapping up the month of April, which is surprising to me. What happened? It has been a really fast month, and I'm going to just go over some of the highlights of the month a little bit later. But what we're wrapping up for the month of April is the seed of awakening, that is creativity. And we do have a lot of creativity in bloom here at Awakening Ways, which is so beautiful, yes? And today is about boldly going. So I wanted to begin by sharing with you this parable of the eagle. Now, this is an adaptation of an allegory written by James Emmon Quagier Agri. That's a mouthful. And he was an African intellectual, missionary, and powerful educator. He was born in modern Ghana in 1875. He shared this story. A man went into the woods. He wanted to catch a bird, which he could take home. So he caught himself a young eagle, and he put the eagle in his backyard with his chickens, ducks, and turkeys. He gave the eagle chicken feed to eat, although he was an eagle, the king of the birds, right? Now, 5 years later, he was visited by a man who loved nature. And while they were walking together in the garden, the naturalist observed, that bird is not a chicken, it's an eagle. And the man said, oh, yes, that's true, but I have raised him as a chicken. Now, he is no longer an eagle, he is a chicken, even if he has a 3-meter wingspan. No, said the other man, he will always be an eagle because he has the heart of an eagle and he can fly very high in the sky. No, said the first man, he really is a chicken and he will never fly. So they decided to try an experiment. The naturalist took the eagle, lifted him up, and said with great feeling, who are you, eagle? You belong to the sky, not to the earth. Use your wings and fly. The eagle sat on the man's fist and looked around him and looked behind him, and he could see the chickens pecking over to the side at their grain, and the eagle jumped down to join the chickens. The first man said, I told you that he was a chicken. No, replied the naturalist, he is an eagle. Let's try again tomorrow. So the following day, the visitor took the eagle up onto the roof of the house, lifted him up, and said, Eagle, you are an eagle. Use your wings and fly. But when the eagle saw the chickens scratching in the yard below, he jumped down towards them again and began to scratch alongside them. Then the first man said once again, I already told you, he is a chicken. No, replied the other, he's an eagle, and he still has the heart of an eagle. Let's try again. Tomorrow we shall see him fly." So the following morning, the naturalist got up early, took the eagle, and left town. They went far away to the foot of a mountain. The sun was just rising and gilding the summit of the mountain. Each peak was resplendent in the joy of a beautiful new day. He lifted the eagle up and said to him, "Eagle, you are an eagle. You belong in the sky and not to this earth. Use your wings and fly." The eagle looked around him, and the eagle was trembling at this point as if filled with new life, but he did not fly. Then the man who loved nature turned the eagle to look directly at the sun, and suddenly the eagle stretched his powerful wings and took off with the eagle's cry. He flew higher and higher and never came back. Ooh, I got the God bumps. The importance of our environment, opportunity, encouragement, patience, and perseverance, and finding a different perspective are powerful. This story has something profound for each one of us. It has something to say to all of us as we look ahead and look into the rest of 2022 in this life that we are living. We are eagles. We are here to fly, to soar. We're not chickens. Now, perspective is everything, and that's what is really alive in me this week. It has been very much alive. Perspective is everything. Now, I'm going to need 2 volunteers. We have a little demonstration here, and I think, well, Susan, you're going to be one. And can you grab that cup for me, please? And then I need another volunteer from this side. Maybe Jan, would you be willing? We're going to need the microphone, too. All right, let's give it up for our volunteers. No. Okay. Now you're going to come over here, Susan. Get close. Can the Zoomer see? Now you're going to hold this. Just hold it like that in your hand. Yeah. Now, hold it up a little bit if you can. And now you are going to describe what you see. And I'm gonna hold the mic for you, but you're gonna describe only what you see without saying what this object is.
Well, can you hear me? Yeah. Well, it looks ceramic, has some, looks like chocolate swirls around it. And then I can see the face of a horse, and I can see the letters Y-O. And that's about all I can see. It's just this ceramic with these swirls of chocolate, a head of a horse, a Y-O, and an N-A.
What color is it?
Oh, it's sort of a whitish color. It's not real white. It's not tan. It's not yellow. It's sort of in between. Has a circle around the top. I can see kind of down into it also. And it's shaking.
Thank you. All right. Now, no, keep it that way. Now you're going to describe what you see. I'll hold it for you.
No.
No, not yet.
Well, let's see. I see a tan curved thing that's facing towards me. I see a few letters. I see M-I-T-E, and I also see the word park with some brown shaped thing, which I can't tell what it is. Again, I see the sort of a swirling, chocolatey looking. The cup is, sorry. Oops.
It's okay.
The thing I'm looking at
Sit down. No, just kidding.
the thing I'm looking at is very sort of cream color, white-ish cream color.
But what is this?
Yeah, I know. It's
You
this
can say what
thing.
that
It's
is.
a handle. It has it like a handle.
It has a handle.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Do you see a handle?
I don't see a handle at all. No, there's no handle there.
She said she doesn't see a handle at all. No, there's no handle there. Do you see the handle?
I do. And it's there.
Wait, she sees a handle.
it's not there.
Say that into the mic.
There, Susan, there is no handle there. There's nothing there.
What do you think?
I feel sorry for
Wow, what are we going to do? How are you going to get her to see that there is a handle?
flip it around.
Or invite
Turn-
her to come over here and take a
come
look,
over
or
and
bring
see
it
from
over
my
to her.
perspective, right?
You can bring it over to her, maybe.
Oh, look at that, there's a handle. Oh my goodness. There is a handle, and it's a different color than this other object that I'm holding. But those swirls of brown are there. Now I'm seeing the back of a bear, but I saw
All
the
right.
front of a horse.
You can be seated. Let's give them some love. Wow. Did you get that? I mean, that says so much, doesn't it? So, perspective is everything, isn't it? Wow. So, in order for us to have people understand and to gain a perspective, and for us to understand other people, we've got to come around to the other side and look with our eyes. Look the way that they're seeing it, right? Look through their eyes, rather. Yes? You with me? You're with me. I see you. So, perspective is everything. Now, to gain this perspective, to understand, we actually have to seek it out. Otherwise, handle, no handle. How productive is that? There is a handle, and it is this object that is a vessel. And so, as the prayer of St. Francis of Assisi goes, and what Stephen Covey calls the fifth habit in the 7 habits of highly effective people, seek first to understand, then to be understood. So we are called to understand one another, right? We are called to understand. We cannot have already judged a person, a situation, an organization in order to try to gain this understanding. In other words, you can't come to the table with a judgment that that cup does not have a handle without actually shifting your perspective into the eyes of another. How powerful is that? How powerful is that on many levels? On many levels. With our lives and whatever we're creating when faced with a problem in our lives, we can only see the problem and we can't see it from the other side or from another perspective, but that's the call for us. That's the call for us as a New Thought community as well, right? We are a New Thought community, and we're following the teachings of Ernest Holmes, and Ernest Holmes is saying, change your thinking, change your life. That also means change your perspective, change your life. If you're stuck in a position, move out of it, right? Yeah, it seems so simple. But I love that. So if we are called to understand, we cannot have already judged a person or situation. We've got to get up, shift our position, and look through the eyes of another. Then what? Then acknowledge what we see, understand it, and keep going. Because we live in a progressive universe that is transforming daily. Even as long as I've been standing up here, the world has changed. It's already transformed, you know. Even as I stand here, there are new stars being born and new galaxies being birthed into existence. Right now, as this conversation is taking place. Wow. Wow. Not only that, but as our technology develops, we are discovering new galaxies that have been there for billions of years, perhaps, and we just couldn't see them. We couldn't see them because we didn't have the capacity to see them. We didn't have what was necessary. Now, also, what we are seeing today is totally different than yesterday or 2 years ago or 10 years ago. And have you noticed the world is experiencing rapid transformation? Rapid, yes? So sometimes in the midst of transformation, there is a desire to hold on and try to have some control over something. And we want to sort of say, this is the way it is, and this, because it's comfortable, it's what we know. But when we can begin to let go of what we know, to see a different perspective, and to be born into this new perspective, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So what works for me is leaning into the changes and riding that wave, surfing that wave of change, remembering the entire time that God alone is real. Even in the midst of all of the change, God is changeless. If we can remember that, we are filled with the power and glory of Spirit, because we know, and we know that we know. You know? Thank you. So this is true, or it is also true that in our changes, we're growing and becoming more of who we are individually and collectively, and becoming more of who we came here to be. So what that tells me is that the universe is progressing, and I've got to progress with it. Otherwise, my life becomes stagnant, and I don't want that. Amen. Now, I've been working on this. I've been working on seeing through the eyes of folks, of the folks who birthed this community, of the folks who have just also arrived for the first time in this community. Hello, hello. And it's powerful. It's powerful. So this community and those who have just arrived, you've just arrived just in time for the resurrection. You know, we are the resurrection. Those of us sitting here today, we are the resurrection. We are a community reborn. So we are a part of that resurrection, and we are the resurrection. So we go forward with Divine Audacity, which is our book of the month. It's here somewhere. Oh, right here. And that is to boldly go. Now, I attended the Anton virtual retreat on Friday, and it was so powerful, so powerful. There was a really good song that was sung, and I wrote down the words because they are so relevant for this talk today. They sang, you've got to be bold to get the most out of life. You've got to believe in yourself with all your might. You've got to be brave and put your heart on the line. You've got to be bold, and it'll be all right. She said, you've got to be bold. It was fast like that. So friends, be bold. Let's be bold. Our book of the month, as I mentioned, is Divine Audacity, and this is by Linda Martella Whitsett. And I am only just now getting to speak about it because it's been Holy Month, you know. And so I wanted to share with you, though, what her definition of divine audacity is, which is on page 3. And this really speaks volumes to how amazing this book is. Divine audacity, she says, is bold spiritual living. Living under the radical premise that I am divine. My nature is one with divine nature, or God. I am able to boldly express the highest spiritual principles in the middle of everyday situations. I am courageously responsive. I am fearlessly self-reflective and self-corrective. I am intentional in large and small aims. I valiantly champion the goodness within myself and within each person I encounter. That's a powerful call. I hold myself accountable for things, for thoughts, words, and actions that are in integrity with my divine identity. And I dare to ignore the way things are and what cannot be done, bringing about the seeming impossible. That tells me out of no way a way is made. Whatever you're experiencing in your life right now, if you think there's not a way out or a way that will have you be in a place that you love, living a life that you love to live, you got to let that go. You have this power within you. So it's a way for us to experience oneness with the divine and light up the world by being bold, by having and living from this divine audacity. Are there any Trekkies here? A few of you, all right. Any Trekkies on Zoom? Star Trek fans. Remember Star Trek? Right? Okay. So remember the beginning of each episode? You could probably say the little thing, but they say, space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before. I know everyone's going to go home and watch Star Trek now. So this is a spiritual community. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. Therefore, we've got to be open at the top. We cannot be rigid. We're open at the top, you know. And so what I heard after I typed that up was, oh, these are the voyages of the Awakening Ways spiritual community. Awakening humanity to the loving heart, the inspired mind, and the sacred soul present in every life. To seek out our mission, to seek out innovative ways to bring these spiritual principles in which we believe to new people, to a larger audience, to boldly go where we have not gone before. Yes, are you with me? All right. What's that? Beam me up, Scotty. All right. So if you've ever watched a Star Trek episode, you'll know it's not all rainbows and sunshine, right? But they always overcome, you know? They have their glory. It's not always rainbows and sunshine. It's an adventure, and there are new challenges. There are new discoveries and new ways of doing, new ways of being to embody that they have never been and done before. So we're always learning and growing. Patience, persistence, communication those 3 are keys to the kingdom here. And that goes back to the story of the eagle, right? You're a chicken. No, he's not a chicken. He's an eagle. You are an eagle, and you are meant to fly. How cool would it be if we just saw an eagle out there?
I'd like to be an eagle.
She'd like to be an eagle. An eagle is my spirit animal. So we kicked off the month of April with Melissa and Z sharing their powerful music and message of creativity and overcoming obstacles by turning them into projects. Wasn't that cool? Turning them into projects and seeing them as a project rather than an obstacle, and to take on these projects with faith, belief, and conviction, to use our spiritual authority to claim and declare how things are going to go, and to not be reactive and not be victimized by the external world in which we live. Remembering that we live and move and have our being in God, in a universe that is working for us, conspiring for our highest and greatest good always, even when it appears not to. Because sometimes it appears not to, right? But it always is. It always is. What we do believe is that the universe is always, always, always working for us, propelling us forward into our greater yet to be, our greater now to be. And then for those of you who weren't able to make that Sunday or that workshop, I think the key takeaway was, oh my God, I'm so grateful. And then you fill in the blank. I'm so grateful whatever you desire to experience, and have your energy be put into that. And by doing so, you've got this conviction in your spiritual authority, which really can move mountains. Yeah. Then we moved into Palm Sunday, and that was fun. Palm Sunday reminded us that we must leave the predictable, aka our comfort zones, to walk the road less traveled. Recognizing that our old ways of being and moving through the world must fall away. And in our surrendering to that, in the loosing of our consciousness, we become open and available to this creative adventure of discovery and wonder, which is what this year is all about, living everyday wonder. So rather than deny, fight with, or abandon his donkey, Jesus rode in on the donkey. He rode in on that donkey, accepting what is. He knew what was coming, and he faced the challenges, the people, and the problem, seeing it as part of the creative dance of the divine. Not knowing it, in that case, it definitely didn't appear to be conspiring for his highest and greatest good. From our perspective, right? Turned out not so great. But we didn't see the whole story. We didn't get to see the handle. Yeah. So then the next week we had Easter Sunday. That was last week. And last week we were called to roll away the stone. Roll away the stone, that thing that's been keeping us from stepping out into the light and being all that we came here to be. Unforgiveness, gone. Judgments, gone. Grudges, gone. Limited thinking, gone. Constraints, gone. Gone, gone, gone. I am. I have come here to be the light of love. I am. God has sent me here to be love, to be born again. All things are made new in this moment. All things are made new. Imagine that. Boom, everything's new. Whatever you came here with is gone. All things are made new because this is what's happening every moment. Everything is new. You get to create your reality every moment. Every single moment of your life. What will you create? I see you out there with your cute outfits and your earrings and your accessories and your beautiful Johnny Was and your matching glasses. I see you, right? I see you. You are creating a magnificent life. I know it to be true. So God has sent me here to be born again. All things are made new. I am that I am. I am pure. I am whole. I am complete. Jesus taught a power transcendent, triumphant, absolute, and positive. So we are called in this case to be like Jesus. We are called to rise, is what that means to me. Rise, beloveds. Rise. I mean, really, rise. Stand up right now for your glory. Let's see how that feels. Stand up for your glory. Feel the victory of this life that you are living. You're alive and breathing here right now. Yes. Yes, you can be seated. We are here in the now today. This is not a dress rehearsal. This is our life. Yes, right. This is our lives. Recognition of our divinity combined with the willingness to cultivate a conscious, consistent awareness of it reveals our imprisoned splendor. What has been imprisoning our splendor? Us, limited thinking, unforgiveness, all of those things. But all of those things are gone, and we just declared we have been made new. By our very recognition of it, we have created an opening. By our very recognition of the divine, we create an opening. for this higher knowing, and we activate the flow of divine energy. Wonder Twin powers, activate. Flow, divine energy. Yes, I accept. So even as we expand and step out of our comfort zones, we step with a sure foot. Do you all know what that means? Stepping with a sure foot. I mean, if you've ever been hiking, there can be some different terrain, and you've got to make sure you have the right shoes for the hike. You've got to be wearing the right shoes. If there's going to be some rocks, and you've got to protect your ankles so that you can be sure-footed. How do we stay sure-footed in the divine? Through our prayer, our meditation, our spiritual education, through our sacred fellowship, by being here today, by getting into selfless service, circulation, by circulating your talent and time and your overflow that you're giving from. So as we expand and step out of our comfort zones, we can step with a sure foot, knowing that we are backed up by the divine. We are supported by spirit, even if we're afraid. You take that step and go boldly where you have not gone before, because you are an eagle. Dr. Ernest Holmes wrote, "Healing is not creating a perfect idea or a perfect body. It is revealing an idea which is already perfect." I think we get confused by that sometimes. I'm going to say that again. Healing is not creating a perfect idea or a perfect body. It is revealing an idea which is already perfect. It's already perfect. The intention to reveal a creative idea, creative solutions, or creative possibilities actually paves the way for truth to be revealed as needed, especially when we're seeking meaning and purpose. So in the same way, prayer makes us aware of what's already there. We just got ourselves out of alignment. So focused on the problem that we forgot to focus on spirit, which is what's happening here. Prayer makes us aware of what's already there. Prayer isn't creating something. It's revealing the truth of that which already exists in the here and the now. So when we marshal our spiritual forces, we solve the seemingly big issues. We answer the big questions. When we vision for guidance and insights, we reveal magnificent ideas that can anchor us in faith and launch us into lives of meaning and passion. Yes, please. So from our practice oneness friends, as we practice this idea of oneness with all of life, God and each other, our committed availability to greater wisdom, we become powerful vehicles for transformation, healing, and newness. Now, affirmative prayer or spiritual mind treatment, that's our superpower. That's our superpower. Let's use it. Let's use our superpower to be and feel alive again, to be and feel that sense that we are wholehearted beings, that yes, we are eagles. It's a practice, you know? It's a practice. And so no matter where each one of us is on this path, it's perfect, because if you see people at different levels of knowledge, different levels of using and practicing the principles, it's just like when you go to the yoga studio and you see somebody all twisted up and it's like, oh, I'll just try standing on one foot for now, right? Practice. And then they keep practicing until they can do the same thing. It's all about the practice. All about the practice. So someone said once, I don't waste my time manifesting parking spaces. I don't call that wasting time, I call that practice. That's practicing. In the same way we practice for our athletics, right? We also practice for our spiritual performance. In the same way that if you have a math test, are you just going to go in and be like, oh, I know it all? No, you're going to practice, aren't you? You are going to practice. We're practicing. And so lastly, there is victory in vulnerability. When we risk being true to our creative desires, to our intuitive sparks, and our magical dreams, we have to drop that armor of knowing it all. We have to drop that armor of been there, done that, because that limits us. So without our armor, what happens? Our senses are heightened. Our instincts are fired up. Little shifts open the way to big discoveries. And our willingness in each moment to peel back the layers of protection and the safety of doing what we have always done creates a spaciousness. It is this vast space where anything is possible. So there is a daring in becoming vulnerable and admitting to beginner status. We have a beginner's mind in all that we do, right? Come with a beginner's mind. It is said that creative naivety is a wondrous place to inhabit because we aren't jaded by old experiences and old expectations, you know? You just come to the table of the divine, and it's like you come to this table and there's a canvas and there's all sorts of creative mediums for you to use. You're going to pick them up and just practice. Have fun. Have fun. This is your life. Have fun. So all of creation begins with yes. The yes we offer to being different, inexperienced, and even innocent opens us to ways of being that are unfamiliar. Now, while these ways of being may be unfamiliar, they are filled with potential for greater aliveness and discovery than ever before. And I think that's what we really long for, to feel alive, awake, energized, and uplifted. Yes? We long to feel alive, awake, energized, and uplifted. So the call for us today is to step out of our comfort zones and step into our authentic spirituality with divine audacity. Dare to tell the spiritual truth of your life so that you can begin to tell the creative truth of your life. If you don't know what the spiritual truth of your life is, open up one of these books and you will see it. Open up the Science of Mind textbook, any spiritual book. Be bold. Dare to be and show up as the creative expression that you already are. So I'm going to invite Jimmy to come up and he can get situated up here while I wrap us up for today. So to summarize, we are not chickens. You are not a chicken. You are an eagle. For whatever reason you were taught to behave in certain ways or be certain ways, or you couldn't do this because of this or couldn't do that because of that, forget that. You are an eagle. And now is your time to fly. Now is your time to soar across the sky, going to new heights. Big smile. Thank you for that. Boldly going where you have not gone before. Woo! It's time to not just think outside of the box or live outside of the box. We need to destroy the box. Yeah! Woo! And recycle those pieces and repurpose the space where the box was sitting. Now it's up to you to consider for this week, what is your box? Each one of us has one, or many, but what is your box? Are you ready to bless it, let it go, and move into life more creatively, more imaginatively, and more energetically than ever before? Yes, thank you. Yes. The answer is yes. Even if you don't know how or what that even means, just say yes. Yes. How? And then you begin to pose the question to the universe, well, how can I begin today? What is one small thing I can do in the next 15 minutes, in the next hour, in the next 2 days, in this next week, to live as a bold and expressive being? Raymond Charles Barker wrote, "The full symphony of your real self can only be heard when all the windows of your mind are open to the fullness of life." I love that quote. Doesn't that paint the most beautiful picture? When all of the windows of our minds are open to the fullness of life. It's a perfect time for that too, springtime, I imagine when it's nice weather outside and you can just open your windows and let it in and feel that fresh air and that cross breeze, and it's just heavenly, isn't it? This is true for us too. So a few other ways for you to practice being bold with your creativity are to consider unique and maybe even weird uses for traditional items. Expand your normal ways of thinking and dive into silliness. You have permission to be silly. Maybe you're going to take that stack of magazines and turn it into a side table. Maybe you're going I have stacks of People magazines. Perhaps that carton of abandoned Matchbox cars could become a mosaic of sorts. Or what if you were able to, say, convert a broken clarinet into a desk lamp? Get creative. Creativity is blooming here at Awakening Ways, and you're going to hear more about this creative bloom in our announcements. But for now, let's take a deep breath together and turn our attention inward. And join me in that space of pure love. This is the space where I know with every fiber of my being that spirit is all that there is. It is all that there ever was, and it is all that there ever will be. And it has birthed me into existence, just as it has birthed each individual here into existence and each individual on Zoom. It is the entire manifest creation. All of this is spirit. We are living and moving and having our being in spirit. Now, spirit is in us. That means it's not in us like jelly is in a donut or gas is in a car. It is in us like we are made of the same stuff, the stuff of spirit. That means that we are connected to the same divine intelligence that caused the planets and the galaxies to be birthed into existence. We are connected to that same divine intelligence that was behind the writing of the Bhagavad Gita and the Bible and the Quran. We have that connection. And so I know and declare for each one of us that whatever has been hindering or blocking us from connecting to that source is released right now back into that native nothingness from whence it came. And in this declaration, we have been freed to release the splendor of the divine, our creative splendor, with divine audacity, with spiritual authority. I know that each one of us, as we leave this room today, we boldly go where we have not gone before. The Awakening Way spiritual community boldly goes where we have not gone before. And we step with a sure foot, and all is well. Oh, Spirit is so good. It is so good, and I feel this presence right now, and in all that I think and all that I say and do as I go forward from here. Let the creativity bloom boldly in each one of our lives. All is well. I know it is good. I know it is done. and giving thanks, I release this prayer into that creative action of the law that always says yes, 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 yes. Okay. And so it is.
Those of you who know me know that I live my whole life in a state of creativity, living outside the box. And I was going to say, she's preaching to the choir, but then I looked over here and went, no, I don't think so. The internal choir. So let's look at our belief system. You know that life isn't cruel. Your neighbor is not a tool. If you believe that, you're lucky. Life isn't hard. It's safe to let down your guard. If you believe that, you'll be fine. Sometimes it's best to think that life is good, and things will always turn out like they should. I don't mean to tell you what to think, but in this crazy old world, you know it's better if you're out of sync. 'Cause life is fair. You're never gonna lose your hair. If you believe that, you're styling. The future looks great. Eat all you want and not gain weight. If you believe that, you'll be thin. Sometimes it's best to think that life is grand, and things will turn out better than you planned. I don't need to tell you what to think, 'cause I know that you know it's better when you're out of sync. Oh, just open your eyes and focus on a better day. Just open your eyes, create yourself a better day. Oh, open your eyes and focus. Taxes are fun. It's safe to sit out in the sun. If you believe that, you're golden, and you'll never fail. And the check is really in the mail. If you believe that, you'll have dough. Yeah. I'd say it's best to think that life's supreme, and things will turn out better than you dream. In a world that's hovering on the brink, stop and sit a minute and think about the things that you think. Thank you.
All right. Okay, it's now time for our conscious giving. Will the ushers please come forward? I'll move this over. And we have a giving affirmation. I invite you to take your gift and place it over your heart, and please repeat after me. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. Bless you. It does great work in the world. And it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. There you go.
And as we accept these gifts given from the heart, we share them within our community, and they go out to bless the greater community. So these gifts go far and wide beyond this room. And so we remember as we leave here today and step out into the light that we can be as eagles, and we can set our destination higher and higher. So we are going to allow this to be, and together we say, and so it is.
Thank you. All right. And so now we have announcements. I don't see Sonia here today, so.
No, Sonia.
No Sonia.
Hello, beloveds. I am your announcements angel today. And we have quite a few announcements, so just settle in, buckle up, and get ready. First of all, the April book of the month, Divine Audacity, is for sale here. You want to see me if you want to buy the book today. And also we have the Science of Mind magazine. The book is $20. Science of Mind magazine is $5. And I would be happy to take your money if you want these beautiful literatures here. So I would like to invite Laura DeHaven to come up and just give us an update on the Seeds of Awakening journal.
Thank you. I'm happy to provide an update. Oh, hello. Oh, hi, Zoomers. Happy to provide an update. So this Thursday, April 28th, we have our first meeting, launch party for the Seeds of Awakening journal. Super excited about that. It will be at the Awakening Ways office at 6:30. Reverend Elizabeth said this morning, all of creation begins with yes. And I am so grateful for the people who have already said yes. We want to be part of this. And I believe there are others. This project's going to take a lot of collaboration and a lot of collaborators. If you're curious, if you feel a spark, and you don't know what that spark is about, follow it. Curiosity is one of the seeds of creativity. So I hope you'll join us. If you'd like to sign up to be on the update list, see me after service. If you can't make it Thursday, but you'd like to be part of this, let's talk. So excited to get started. Thanks.
Thank you, Laura. All right, Gourmets for God, Gathering for Good. The bidding continues today. I hope every one of you have gone over and looked at that incredible offering on that table over there. It is amazing. This is the first time that we've ever done anything like this, and you can just tell already the energy is just out the roof here. So what you want to do if you want to become part of this is that you need to fill out a bidder form so that you can be eligible to place a bid. When the bidding ends on May 15th, the winning bids will be identified, and at that time, your credit card or your check will be cashed. So in the meantime, you're not paying for it now. You will pay for it when you win the bid. And one thing I want to say about that is the beauty of a silent auction is you can always win. You just need to outbid the other bidders. So if there's something you really want to do over there and the list looks like it's full, it's not full. You just got to put your bid on there and outbid somebody else, okay? With love, of course, always with love. So stop by the registration table to fill out your bid sheet and let the bidding begin and have fun with this. Reverend Elizabeth and the other team members will be available after the service to answer any questions. All right, and the Healthy Bodies Connecting Circle is coming up again. There will be an in-person workshop on Sunday, May 1st. It'll be at 1 p.m. at our office on El Camino Real, 7350 El Camino Real. And our own Nancy Reinstein and Joy Kent will be teaching us about the ancient Chinese art of Qigong. So I'd like to invite Nancy to come up here and give us a little bit more information about this.
Okay, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to tell you why I got involved, and I'm going to tell you what it is. I got involved because 30 years ago, or 25 years ago, I had a girlfriend who had cancer, and they wanted to do chemo and radiation, and she did a little bit, and then she said, no, this isn't for me. She did Qigong 6 hours a day and went into remission. So I decided 25 years ago I was going to start doing it. And one of the things was I'd been in an accident and I had to keep swimming to keep my neck in. And once I did Qigong, I didn't have to swim anymore. And then I have an extremely arthritic back, and I've had back surgery, and I have no back pain. And Qigong does many things. And Patricia said she has arthritis in her hands, and she's been doing it for 2 months just to try it out. And her arthritis is much better. So it does many, many things. What it is there's chi energy, which is also called ki or prana, all through the universe, all over. And what you're doing is you're moving that chi energy into your body to heal you. And then you push out any old chi energy out. And you do it in many different ways. It's very simple to do. It's medical Qigong for healing. You can stand, you can sit, or you can lie down if you can't stand. And it's visualization, breathing, and it opens up your meridians so you can heal. It's totally worth it, and we'll have DVDs that you can just watch and you learn how to do it. It's very, very easy. I do it for 45 minutes a day, but you can do it for half an hour a day. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. Okay.
I do have one thing to add for the Gourmets for God. Just real quick, so for the Zoomers, if you are interested in placing a bid, you can find the auction booklet on our website. So it's awakeningways.org, and then on the menu, you'll see Gourmets for God. You just click on that. See, ta-da! I was checking it on my phone to make sure that that's the way to do it, and there it is. And so if you would like to place a bid on any of these events, you can email us at info@awakeningways.org, and Jan will get that information into the right people's hands, and one of the team members will reach out to you. So there you go.
All right, good, very good. So we're considering having a booth at the Pride Fest 2022 in San Luis Obispo, and we're looking for some volunteers to be on the team to create a presence there and to come up with a plan. So if anyone is interested in participating in this, you would like to see Gina in the back of the room there, and you can plan with Gina on how to create something wonderful for this event. All right, so speaking of creativity, two of our people here have been very creative in the month of April. They are creating a new life for themselves, and that would be our beloved Jan and Patrick Lynch, who I am pleased, saddened, joyful, nervous to say that they have decided that they are going to be moving to Prescott, Arizona. They are soaring. Those eagles are flying to Arizona. This is bittersweet for us because we are always for each other, right? We are always rooting for each other, and we root for you. We root for you and that wonderful life that you are creating. And at the same time, we're sad. We're going to have some loss here. You know, Jan and Patrick started in the living room of Dr. Frank and Dr. Terry 14 years ago. There were 9 people gathered together, and that was the seed for Awakening Way's spiritual community. And they have been here with us ever since. 10 years ago, Jan took over all of the financial responsibility and the office for us, and she has been doing that all these years beautifully. Jan and Patrick give, and give some more. Even when you think there's no more to give, they've given more. And so the Board of Trustees is going to have the fun, exciting job of figuring out how to cover all of these things that these beloveds do, and we'll be working on that in the days and weeks to come. But for now, I also want you to know the move is not scheduled till September. So we have time to celebrate and love these people up, and that's just what we're going to do. So on that, I would also just like to give a big shout out to all of the volunteers, these guys, everybody in this room. Our tech team today, and Jimmy, come on. Woo! You guys made it happen for us. You just manifested a beautiful and wonderful day today. Thank you so much. And that, my beloveds, are the announcements.
Awesome. All right, so let's circle up and we'll do our benediction and call and response. It's already 11:20. That minister needs to stop talking so much. Boldly. Yes, exactly. Okay, friends, won't you know with me that you are never alone, that God is where you are right now and always, and all that we ever need do is turn within, and it is here we will find we are guided, sustained, directed, and inspired by a source that knows only good. Joyously let us make use of these gifts in all that we think, in all that we say, and in all that we do. Please repeat after me, something wonderful is happening as me right now.
Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
It is this thing called life.
It is this thing called life.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my pocketbook.
Life is in my pocket.
Life is in my relationships.
Life is in my relationship.
Life is everywhere.
Life is everywhere.
I think it. I feel it.
I feel it.
I believe it.
I believe it.
I express it.
I
I accept it. Just the way that it is. And just the way that it is not. Thank you, life. Woohoo!
May I be